Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over the top 10 best armor sets in the DLC. A lot of these can be completely overlooked and missed in your first playthrough. Meanwhile, most of these armor sets can give you some of the best effects, from increasing damage to defensives, while even giving us a buff to some of these special incantations. And a lot of these just look absolutely fantastic. So let's get into where and how we're going to find them. So starting right off the bat, you can actually get two of the strongest helmets right at the start of the DLC. First one is the Horned Warrior helmet, granting us +5 to strength, and the other one is the Cursed Blade mask that gives us +5 to dexterity. Both these masks are going to give those stats to us at the cost of slightly reducing the healing amount we get from our potions. Now for the Cursed Blade mask, you're going to get these from the Cursed Blade enemy dancers. I managed to get one right away fighting that first dancer I think we all probably came across as soon as you walk into the DLC, and the Horned Warrior helmet is found in the Bell Rat Tower when you're fighting the Horned Warriors. Get yourself to the small private altar site of Grace, and there's going to be one enemy pathing right by the steps for you to farm. But for the first armor set we're looking at, obviously we have to cover the Armor of Solitude, pretty much found right as we walk into the DLC. As we head over to the west, found right in the western Nameless Mausoleum, but since he's right in the forefront of the DLC, he's going to be quite the challenge. I certainly had my share of attempts on him. However, once you beat him, you'll be rewarded with what looks like this very nice dark paladin armor set. It's extremely heavy, but gives quite a bit of poise in exchange, and if that didn't tickle your fancy, well, the sword that comes with it certainly will. This is a great sword coming with the Solitary Moon Slash Ash of War. This thing can honestly carry you through majority of the DLC all by itself. Next on our list is the Death Knight's armor set, which is also going to be enhancing the skills and incantations of the Capital Ancient Dragon Cult. So all of the Dragon Cult incantations actually get a significant damage increase from this set, and that includes some of the new lightning spells we're getting from the DLC. We have a whole build based on that, so check that out after this if you're interested. But this armor set is going to be found in the Dark Light Catacombs, and we're going to want to reach the second level of this place. So navigate through this place as I do and try to avoid any damage. And heads up for the ranged cannon enemies, those suck quite a bit. You're also going to run by a caster that can pump out some serious damage, so be wary of that as well. But once you hit that second level, keep it pushing to the right hand side until you see this big old pillar right in front of you. Go behind it and climb it. From here, you could pull the lever, drop down, and use this very small ledge that's going to bring you to a secret room that contains our Death Knight armor set. Next up is the Verdigris armor, which as of right now, I think has the highest defense in the entire game and basically the highest poise. And in my opinion, it looks way better than the Bull Goat armor does, so at least we got some options now if this type of armor set is right up your alley. Now, to get this, we speak with Moore, the same NPC that you're going to meet right at the start of the DLC. And there's two ways we can go about this. First, and the more preferred way, is to head towards the Shadow Keep right until you hear that rune breaking. From that point, you could turn right around and head back to the main gate cross site of Grace. Then speak with Moore again. He's now going to have 3 dialogue options, giving you 2 choices, which is either put it behind you or remain sad forever. Now, we're going to want him to remain sad forever. By choosing this, you will be instantly rewarded with his armor right away, but at the cost of his quest line. I would also recommend you exhaust all of his dialogue options until he gives you this black syrup that's needed for a different side quest. But after that, head right over to the right hand side of the Church of Crusade, and he's going to be lying there alongside the Kindred of Rot to reward you with his armor, shield, and his bell bearing. Now, if you already completed majority or the entire DLC, our second option is to go kill 2 of the Kindred of Rot NPCs. You can kill the first one here that we just spoke about at the Church of Crusade. After killing it, go ahead and return to Moore and exhaust his dialogue. You're gonna find out he doesn't like that too much. Then we're gonna go kill another. The second Kindred of Rot is actually located here in the south. You can actually speak with him and get a cookbook recipe, but after that, go ahead and kill him, and that will trigger Moore to immediately invade evade you. Once you beat him, he's going to reward you with his armor and a shield. This brings us to number 4, the Armor of Knight. Now this is an armor set. Why they don't allow us to alter a cape on this beats the hell out of me, but this is going to be found in the Bonnie Gale. And the way you reach this place is by starting at the Morth Ruins. At this point, you're going to find a hole leading you into the ruins and following that all the way through until it spits you out on the other side at Bonnie Village. From here, go ahead and cross the bridge to the south, and that'll eventually lead you to the entrance of the Bonnie Gale. Now from here, as we head inside, our destination is going to be one of these suspending jars inside the jail. This is going to bring us to the body that holds the entire armor set. In order to do that though, we need to start navigating some of these caves and cellars, so I'll leave you to pay attention to the route I'm taking here on screen in order to reach that location. Now once you're here on the jar, you're going to take it down, but stay put and take it all the way back up above the level that we originally started at. This is going to lead you right to that Armor of Knight set. Also, you can get the Shield of Knight from the same location. If you head straight up the stairs in front of you, then make a right, you'll get the shield that comes with the Revenge of Knight ability, letting you to shoot these little interesting knight shards out against enemies. At number 5, we have the Fire Knight armor set. This not only looks freaking amazing, but also comes with some bonuses on its helmet, increasing our maximum HP, stamina, and equip load. And who could have guessed we get this from killing the Fire Knight enemies inside the Shadow Keep. The path I use, since there will be a bit of a farm involved as this is a random drop, was starting at the Storehouse 7th floor site of Grace. If you start from here, you can go right over the bridge and you're going to encounter your first Fire Knight. After that, simply go down the stairs right behind you, and there in the next room again is going to be your next Fire Knight. Now from here, you can go downstairs once again, as there's another Fire Knight awaiting you there. But from here, once these enemies are defeated, you can rest at the site of Grace and repeat until you get your full armor set. And listen, if you find yourself enjoying this video, think about hitting that like button for me. It helps me out a lot. Thanks so much, guys. Next up, we have an extremely strong, pure damage armor set called the Rakshasa armor, and this right here is going to increase the damage you deal per piece of armor you have equipped, but at the cost of greatly increasing the damage taken while wearing it, which I think is a risk we're willing to take. We're getting this armor set from the Eastern Nameless Mausoleum. Now let's start off from the Recluse's River downstream site of Grace, because this Grace will line us up with 2 other armor sets in the area. So first, for the Rakshasa armor set, go ahead and make your way down the cliff using the gravestones that are right next to that site of Grace. Once you touch down at the first waterfall level, here is where you're going to find a bonus armor set, the Dryleaf. Definitely important for you if you find yourself interested in using the martial arts hand-to-hand combat. From here though, we can head back and to the east into this second path, and you're eventually going to reach the Eastern Nameless Mausoleum. Here is where you find Rakshasa. Heads up, this enemy could be very difficult. He has a very long range with this great katana that we're going to be peeling off his corpse, and he's quite hard to interrupt. But once you defeat him, he's going to drop the armor set and weapon. Now we did cover the armor a bit already, but the weapon is nothing to scoff at by any means. It comes with this Weed Cutter Ash of War and lets you pretty much perform like a sweeping animation back and forth. It's perfect for AoE, and you're literally able to cut down any and all enemies in front of you, as the Weed Cutter suggests. For number 7, we have the very unique looking bear armor set that comes with this awesome looking pelt that further increases your bear incantations. Now this is a 2-part set, with the pelt being a boss drop and the rest of the set dropping from a different location, and that location will be the Northern Nameless Mausoleum. So starting from the ancient ruins base site of Grace, you can follow my pathing here. You're going to want to stay to the left hand side to avoid the giant that you're going to see along the way. As you stay to the left hand side, you're going to come across a blocked stream, but if you keep it pushing a bit further, you're going to come across the pile of rocks you need in order to activate that stream. So take that stream up top, go inside the Northern Nameless Mausoleum, beat the boss inside, and you're going to get your red bear's armor set. And this even comes with these really nice red bear claws, so if you're looking for a nice thematic build, this one is certainly going to do you justice. The next piece of this set is coming from a red rune bear boss. This part to the set is much easier to get. If you follow the path up north from the high road road cross. Then just bust a right and head over to the little pond over here. Once you beat the bear, you'll be rewarded with the last piece to complete our bear armor set. Now, while we're still hanging out in this area, we got a couple other places to go visit for a few more new armor sets. And that will be heading up north from the Temple Town Ruined Site of Grace. So once you start going through the Red Forest, on the left hand side about midway through, there's going to be an altar, and there you're going to come across the Gravebird Black Quill armor set. And this is a very unique looking armor set. I don't know how I feel about it. I can't see myself walking in this while these things are just flapping around. Not the biggest fan over here. It reminds me very much of the black feathered chest piece, but like a bit more skimpy. However, right next to that is an extremely powerful Ash of War. This is the Poison Flower Blooms Twice. What a name, huh? This ash conjures a spike of rot that comes right out of your foot, not even kidding, and applies rot to the enemy. Now, what makes this so powerful is if your enemy is already affected by either rot or poison, the damage is going to be boosted by an insane amount. Future videos will definitely be coming out on this more in depth. Now, as we keep heading north through the Red Forest, you're going to start running into an orange forest, just north of the ravine north side of Grace. So moving forward, we just want to head over to this rocky cliff section overlooking the bear boss, and here is where you're going to find another full armor set that we've seen plenty of in some of the previews. I think it looks very nice. It doesn't give any bonuses, but if you want it, you can easily go get it. Now, for a quick bonus armor set we haven't spoken about yet, we also have the Oathseeker Knight armor set, and this also comes with a dual wield weapon called a Pada, and this is actually a super nice looking knight armor set, and you can get this from the Church of Benediction right here. You can easily access this from the main gate cross as you follow the path to the southwest right along the edge of the mountains until you reach the Cliff Road terminus. From here, you can head further south past a nearby village, and once you circle around, you're going to reach the church, and you're going to receive a talisman that gives you some passive FP regen, and if you turn around and head right outside, right along the cliff edge, will be your armor set. Let me know down in the comments what's your favorite looking armor set, and what type of builds do you have in mind to fit these sets. There's going to be a lot more Shadow of the Erdtree content if you're interested, so stay tuned for that, and check out one of these other videos coming up on your screen next. Doodles!